Coming back from the depths of hell after fighting Comcast for the last 3 weeks. No, I'm just kidding. I fought Comcast a little bit, got angry a little bit, just decided not to even try. It was just too much work to try to fight Comcast to get this video up sooner, to do this, you know, on Twitch and so on. So I lost motivation, I'm not gonna lie. Back into it. About Rule 1 and the performance of Gamers8, upsetting Vitality and BDS, and then we're gonna watch the version 1 game and see what version 1 did to end up taking over, or more accurately to what Vitality's replay looked like. What did Vitality do wrong that they usually didn't do that allowed Rule 1 to come out on top, right? So let's see what happens here with BDS. Definitely curious to see how this performance. I thought BDS was a pretty consistent EU team. Definitely a team that isn't, you know, as insanely impressive as Vitality was, rotationally speaking, but still a really solid, really consistent team. And we'll just take it from there. A little slow on the midfield pressure here from
BDS.
It is kickoff though, so they can get away with this, but considering that RW9 or Rawas here got the possession, I would expect instead to have Rise hold this longer and then force the ball to Seiko here for the Seiko breakaway to Monkey Moon. They usually are pretty strong with that midfield control of Rise, and I usually don't see that drop, so on kickoff here, it's definitely something that like does happen, but it seems to be not the greatest foot forward to start here. And then Seiko holds mid a little bit here, but it is an overstand swap because Monkey Moon does want to push into this near side. And so the hold here on Seiko is taking a little too long. I'd like to see Seiko pre-bill here personally, but going through it, they're still spacing well. They hold the extension. Monkey Moon just has to pre-turn away. And instead of having like Seiko lined up right here for a counterattack, which like their overseer swaps weren't the greatest, but they still did exist for BDS. This, I think, would have been the preferred overall situation. Or even if, like, Monkey Moon slowed down and cut back right here instead, and then he crossed over to Seiko instead, I think that would also be pretty functional. They just ended up getting neither, because their thirds are a little overstep, because they just overseer swapped, and didn't want to hold the, or bring Seiko back to third at the same time. So, they could have cut Monkey Moon back. I really wouldn't mind either, but definitely really sketchy here as well. Rise goes to that midfield cut. I think that's required. And then Seiko doesn't really reposition during this time. He just pushes out into this near side again. They're just playing very aggressive with their third mans. They're trying to overcenter swap while they still have an extension out right here. Not ideal. So like definitely a lot of like lacking third positions right now in that first 20 seconds here. And then Seiko has to go backboard to fake, read the clear shot, which honestly this should just be a free goal. And really the only adjustment that I'd say needs to happen is like Seiko here. If he just stays back post, for instance, or repositions like, just say he drives up to this 12 pad, then wraps over behind clears like this 12, gives Masa the shot, comes up, engages. That's just a free pass to Monkey Moon. Rawas is leaving at the moment, so Monkey Moon definitely gets a possession on the right side here. And we've seen how good Monkey Moon's, you know, overall dribbling and solo plays, general ball control is at RLCS level. He should be able to get a goal out of that. Free pass here where Rawas can't really challenge, so just put him in an advantage there. Either way, get the save, and then again here, right? Rise is already at net, and then instead of like giving Rawas the shot or expecting Rawas to take the shot, he's like expecting the failure here, and Monkey Moon's already engaging Seiko's extension. We just have a very aggressive third. I'd like to see him like more center net right now, because the shot's like happening on this like left side. It's a little stuck in this pocket, and that keeps him quick there, but I don't want him giving up this midfield pass to Moston. So like I'd like to have the overall Rise more in middle net so we can turn and intercept the pass if possible, and keep us a little more under control. Yeah, and then, like, this just doubles down, too, because, like, if we take Rise here and slow him down, we're just like, alright, we don't have the boost. He's at 10 boost. Oh, man, he just doesn't have any of it. How much, where's the boost going? Dribble, whatever, flick, done. Kind of overstand swaps. Yeah, so if he, like, stepped out to this 12, Monkey Moon went a little more midfield to give us more room, 12-12, whatever. Just took the time, played third. 36, let's say, 48. I mean, he has the chance to intercept that, or he gets to Monkey Moon. He could be stepping out here now. Has a much smoother line to get out into this wide side here for a Seiko pass opportunity. Oh man, still a very free goal. I'm okay with the extra spacer that he's getting. It just feels like they're guessing who's third. They're not really like planning it out. This like, because like just this engagement right here where Seiko's landing his extension and Rise is already pushing up the second man for Monkey Moon. It's just hyper aggressive, and thankfully Rule 1 didn't punish this floater here after the overall challenge between Rawas and Monkey Moon. They didn't have anyone ready to punish this, but if they did, Rise is just awkward, really, really awkward. And so like let's just take Rule 1's line here instead. Let's just change Rawas. I think. No, not Rawas. I would say overall, like, the Rule 1 rotation right now is causing them to be starved. And so they're not going to get the counterattack here that I would want them to get, personally. But it just is what it is. Yeah, because, like, Rawas here. So Rawas is really, it's like where the rotation have to be. So let's take away that first initial idea of like having Mawson get back. Let's keep Rawas third. Let's use a standard extension, right? So Kalir's here is our extension. Mawson's making the pass. Instead of having Rawas force this over and then engage and dive it, let's have Rawas reposition his third during this time, and then have Kalir's pressure over fake, and then re-engage this, right? And so as we basically get that adjustment here, it'd be Kalir's cutting in to be aggressive here in the midfield because Mawson has the cross pass, right? Fakes it out and just gives Seiko the clear. Seiko's now clearing to the right side, or Rawas will get a free ball to the right side, I mean, first of all. But on the other side of it, let's say it turns the same idea, so then it'd be Kalir's coming back around, jumps up, whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe Monkey Moon just gets that touch either way and he just gets a chop, a pop-up in the midfield is what it is. But the biggest gain that they have overall by doing this is, one, they can get the immediate interception. So, like, if they keep Rawas out as third, whatever comes over this way, that's fine. Oh, kind of dead. Starts to bubble out to cover the Seiko counter clear. Comes in. Here's our opportunity. Up. Just Monkey Moon. There's not even a chance. This is actually get past behind Rice. This is definitely this would be a dangerous touch comparatively. And so this overstep Rice position is already kind of done, and that should be a goal against BDS. And then on top of that, let's say we hold him back for the Monkey Moon touch. So he's just chilling, he grabs, let's say he steals the side from Seiko, wraps back around, jumps up here. Boom! Solo play on net. Rise is awkward. 0 boost to net. Monkey Moon's getting dusted and burned. There's no fake shadow here. It's basically 1v1 against Rise, and Rise is awkward with 0 boost. So it's like, there's a lot of like lost counterattack here that just led them to get scored on from BDS. Lack of extension pressure overall. Let's see how this kind of continues. They get another goal scored on them for BDS. And so a really strong game start here from BDS in general. Wow, that is an unfortunate 50. Clears to the side. All right. Yeah, Clears just backwards to the play. And then Mawson. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. It's like, in this idea here, Clears is extension. Mawson is 7. I mean, third. Mawson is third. Mawson's third. Clears is extension because he's recovering. Rawas is 1, right? Ball comes in, Rawas makes the engagement. Clear should push down into this midfield where Moss is basically covering, and Moss should just focus on defending the net here at backwards because it's already there. He's already available for this, right? So Clears could easily drive up and get a very similar challenge to Mawson, because considering that Mawson got faked, right? Considering he got faked, even if Clears is dusted here, it doesn't change the play. He just has to make Rise shoot this, or make something happen here. So, right? Clears could push in, whatever. He gets faked, whatever. Same ball happens. And then now, instead of it being Rawas awkward right there, it's quite literally Mawson ready to go. Locked in, boom. Dead ball into the right corner. Not happening out in the midfield where Monkey Moon is, right? Right now, they're pressuring and pushing this ball into the midfield, doing this when Clears. So if we go back up to into the sky view here, right? So with this play here, after the Mawson hit, whatever, right? They're pushing in, then Ross pushes in, and they're pushing this ball in this general pocket here, right? With their overall focus. But Clears here, their third man, the defender, is pushing away from that pocket. He's trying to cover the net away from this. Meanwhile, if we keep Mawson here as third, his line is pushing into this, right? He's now covering the short side of this. He's covering the dead space of this while covering the net. Mawson doesn't want to, Clears doesn't want to turn up and challenge this immediately where it's more comfortable, because if he does that and it pops out and they shoot this on the far side, he's too slow. He has to cover the net as third. And so if we keep Mawson instead, we end up having a much stronger engagement directly into the play and recovering that net as well with our motion. It's a lot smoother. And so this is just a really sloppy overall play from them. This is standard rule 1. This is a lot of what they did at Worlds. I'm not surprised they're doing this, but it's just like, it's amazing to me that, like, if they're playing like this in game 1, how did they get the next 2 games versus BDS? And it's like, Clears here is just awkward. Like, we could sit here and blame Clears for hitting that in the net, but like, what do you want him to do? Not cover the possession that Monkey Moon might get the ball over here? You want him just not to pressure that? Like, if he was here instead and he was pressuring, he could turn out and just get this in the corner again, no problem. But instead, he had to go near post and start to turn in, which puts him into the center of the net, doesn't keep him at the post line. But this is easy to say. It's just really awkward because he has to push this. Because if he doesn't, he doesn't have a line that allows him to go for it. So it's just, there's no good line here for him to go to. And that's just the fault of Rule 1's overall line. Monkey Moon's holding way too long there. Yeah, this is just, so like, this is what I'm talking about, like, Seiko's already extension. This is what I was telling that Rule 1 should have done earlier, where it's like, whoever is the second man here, while this is the new extension, should just pre-build a third. Because all you have to do is just bring Seiko in around like this, and it's the same passing opportunity that Monkey Moon's currently covering. So, like, Monkey Moon's just waiting for that touch. Seiko has great speed right now. Seiko just, if he just doesn't pre-flip this, or actually he lands, no, he still needs to land a little bit earlier. Doesn't pre-flip, turns around right here, boom, right? The pass is going to be coming over to this section here, and if Khalid, like, at this point, it's like Khalid's either intercepts it or he demos Monkey Moon, right? But if the pass goes strong, then it's out of Clear's range, Masa can't do anything, and then Seiko has this advantage of free shot. Monkey Moon could jump up and shoot this if Clear's doesn't exist. That's cool. But if Clear's doesn't exist, then the ball's going to end up here anywhere where Seiko already is. So why not just use Seiko for this? And then, by bringing Monkey Moon out instead, right? So it'd be Monkey Moon, all right, I'm waiting for this, play. Oh, it dies. Rise has it. Let me leave this to Seiko. Comes out, right? So he'd have to turn off ball cam, dodge the guy. Maybe he's out over here now, right? Turns in, though. That's a free save. That's totally savable. Monkey Moon definitely has that. So game one, the rotations were okay, but they're definitely overstepping thirds. And then, through that, they gave up a goal because of a missed touch on Rise. I mean, are they just playing bad mechanically? Is that where they end up falling apart? Now, let's do the 5-3. Let's see how bad it really gets. Pretty standard, lost to cheap, but okay, so here's basically what ends up happening here. Rule 1, understanding that BDS wanted to lose this. This is actually a pretty fun kickoff strategy. I like this one. Basically what they're doing is they're saying they're trying to lose this, so instead of us trying to lose it in return or win it at net, where basically if we win it at net, they lose it to their pocket. Instead, we're going to just try to hit this and force the 50 or force the shot into the side boost closer to Rawas. And because we know they're losing it, it makes it a lot easier to control this touch to where you guarantee Rawas gets it. And because they're playing for side boost now, Rawas just gets that touch guaranteed. It's a free ball. Boom around one. And then he just reads the corner bounce in and Seiko's out of position. And that's just due to the kickoff strategy. It's a very simple overall breakdown. Really to counter it, it's just about, understanding your roles. I say Monkey Moon is really the issue here with the overall strategy. So Monkey Moon here, and this is an issue a lot of times with losing kickoff strategies, where it's like, right now the objective for the team on BDS is to lose this ball back here in this pocket, where then Seiko gets the free solo play, and they give their strongest solo player the ball. Awesome. But if the ball goes straight back, or if it ends up gray zoning, where the opponent has a better cheat or a faster cheat, then Monkey Moon, if he goes fast, right, on his cheat, there's a fast cheat really close to it, ends up overstepped and has to wrap around it to go back. He's not in front of the play anymore to force it back to Seiko, so it gives Seiko no time to recover. The true correction here for BDS is to not use the boost here, but to take a slow cheat instead, where we're landing farther back, so that way we can turn in to shadow this, and then now we're just racing for this beat right here against Rawas. And because Monkey Moon didn't use any boost, right, it's a slow cheat, he has 48 to 60 boost to wrap in and just beat Rawas here, who literally burned all of his boost to make the initial play. Go to Rawas's POV, right? Goes fast to the right here. Boom. One boost. Tell me Monkey Moon ain't gonna beat Rawas here when Rawas has one boost. Monkey Moon dusts Rawas here if he just takes a softer shadow or a softer cheat, right? He just can't be coming in that aggressive. Yeah, I feel like he should have ball cammed off and just identified Rawas there. Either way, that's an alright play. They get some demo pressure on it. I think it's a little aggro on Rise to go for this. I think they're already panicking. I think that jump was necessary, but Monkey Moon did a great job not overcommitting here, starting to reposition to the third, and then identified the Seiko free touch and started to turn in. But I don't like the turn in here because at the end of the day, Rise is still extended. And this is why I don't like Rise's overall jump, because Rise could be isolated like back here, and the Monkey Moon turn in would make a lot more sense and have a much better second minute for the team. I just feel like the Rise demo attempt was just a little out of pocket, not really fulfilling where he needs to be for the team. Or the same idea, he could have went for Rawas, and like I would have been okay with it, because he probably could have bumped Rawas. He just went for the wrong guy. And then starts to go downhill. Little double tap into the drop. Killiers snipes back to Mawson. Great patience on Mawson here. This stems from Clear's force to Rawas. Mawson double holds. Not a fan of the Mawson line here. So this is usually the area where Rule 1 ends up getting scored on comparatively. But if we look at it, it's again Monkey Moon landing at that near post and squatting the near post during this time, right? And the same idea, right? Rise is on the far side here. And instead of them just shoving Monkey Moon forward into this near side second while Seiko lands here as first, and then bringing him back to third, they're bringing Rise all the way across to engage this, and they're having Monkey Moon, who's landing here basically, stay here in net with an unfortunate third man. Not a very clean third overall. And so it ends up making Monkey Moon really awkward, and Rise is slow anyway. So if we're going to have someone be slow, why not just have this be Monkey Moon challenge that, right? Because if we take Rise, 59, beautiful. Great boost management here on Rise. Flip back to net here for the 12, right? Or dodge Moss and whatever, 61, 71, whatever, boom, in, up. Puts that to the sidewall instead. I think Rise has a sidewall, especially if he just identifies or just goes back to net, identifies Moss and dodges him, whatever, full speed, hit one, up, boom, right to the side area. I think the danger of this though right now is that if Rawas is uncontested, then this is a free goal. But what I'm going to go with that is that Monkey Moon here, landing and so on, just has to use his 24 boost to push forward that midfield, right? And so if he just engages and pushes forward here, and then jumps and forces Rawas high, he could cover the low shot that would be free, and then Rice still gets the save. And that'd be just fine. And I think ideally as well, they end up miscalling between Seiko and Monkey Moon. Bad comms here. Monkey Moon could just stay grounded, and then let Seiko hit, and they overswing swap, and then now Monkey Moon's here, and he's 15 Rawas pretty easily. And on top of that as well, if he trusts Seiko, he can even push earlier than that, and he gives like, Seiko's got that, steps out, it's a bad touch, whatever, up, dust Rawas. And then now we're popping the ball back to Seiko right here for Rawas, and that's a free goal. And so, like, there's just arrangements where, like, it's bad comms mixed with, like, sloppy positioning, and then they ended up using, like, the worst possible person to force the midfield, and, like, one of the more awkward people to use the third man. Just a really sloppy overall play. And then Mawson did a great job holding the midfield, but, like, he wasn't playing third during this time, so actually, let's just go back super quick. So, like, a rule 1. So, like, Moss is just squatting here, and then Clears isn't even isolated during this time. He's already stuck. So, like, any breakaway touch that would have happened right here, while Mawson stood and Killiers was still kind of, like, upfield in this general pocket, would mean that they'd get a breakthrough to Seiko that would be an open net. So it's like, they just needed to engage one clean third to get a counterattack here. But they ended up just making it the most awkward person that had to do that. And so instead, they got punished. And it made it, yeah, just not ideal for them. But Mawson's overall patience as second man really pays out here. The biggest thing is that I just want to correct his turn in here to where instead of just squat, or was it here, or is it bump, pressure? Yeah, I think it was like right here. So like when Mawson comes in here, I'd like for him to re-isolate instead to have Clears hold in. And then as Clears comes in, he pushes in now with Clears, dodging Seiko a little bit easier. And he still gets that goal. I just want him to isolate his third for the overseer swap right here. So that way he lets his two teammates on the same side play 1 and 2. And he just comes out and then he can demo pressure Rise a bit better. And then boom, we're back in. Monkey Moon comes back. Fake, good fake on Rise. Monkey Moon's up. Wow. Okay, so a couple things I can do here. So one, Rise is faking, but he's not going to back post very quick. So he should just go wider and then cover just the midfield, right? And if he does that, he's up. He gets that 50 and he puts it to the side. It's a little tough, but definitely there. I love the Rise hold here on extension. I'm not a huge fan of Monkey Moon making this pass, but they did catch rule 1 awkward. What did Monkey Moon see? I don't like this at all. I don't like this. I would be okay with this if Monkey Moon, let's say, isolated first. Like, let's say, turns left here instead to let the cut happen. And then comes in on this right here. And he sees it's awkward, and he sees that no one's challenging him. Once he has vision of that, I'm okay with this pass. But, like, this is a blind as fuck pass. He's definitely trusting Rise here. But the problem is that, like, there ain't no way that anybody was calling what Mawson was doing here, or what the other third was doing here. Because, like, take Rawas. Where's Rawas? 37. Post line a little bit better. 12 collection, whatever. 49. Up. Dusted. You know what I mean? He can just dive him, and we already have, like... Where the fuck is their third? Killiers? Oh my god. Because, like, okay, so... Yeah, Mawson here is just not necessary. Mawson can just go back to third during this time. And Rawas could have dove that and easily dusted Monkey Moon. I just, like... I'm only okay with this. Monkey Moon sees that Rawas is turning out and can't engage this, or doesn't want to engage it. And then I'm okay with Monkey Moon making this blind pass. But, like, it's not a blind pass at that point, because he'll see the pass. He'll see everything from right here. So isolated, in, touch. He sees everything. Doesn't turn out, up, whatever, past the Rice. Very okay with that. But the way that is, like, there's no way someone called that Rawas gave him the space, or it's free. Like, I would have to see comms to believe that they called that was an open ball. Full. I'll just go midfield during this time instead. That is so lucky. That's just so lucky. Seiko you got the side boost, I think. side boost. So here, Seiko should turn in, look at taking out clears or intercepting from midfield instead. Because now, when it gets forced over, we can guarantee him come up and he can get that. Or the same idea, he can go back post instead. So like if we wrap him through midfield like I was showing, 12, whatever, line up, 12, around, boom, up, intercepted, right? It's a guaranteed pass to Monkey Moon, and we're guaranteeing an interception here. And in the same idea, if we hold that midfield longer or shorter, we're still guaranteeing that interception. It's just like, this is just so lucky. I'm not going to give credit to Seiko on this one. Like, he clutched. Awesome. Good shit. I mean, good for him, you know? But that's just so lucky compared to jump and pray. That's literally what the situation is. They could have easily guaranteed that pass. All right. We dropped 2 goals here to end it. Looks like a kickoff goal right after this goal, so little drop, 2. Wow. Okay, first off, there's no third man here. They're just wrapping all into the same spot, covering the same zone. So no one's playing for the failure here. That's just issue number 1. Issue number 2, no one's pressuring clears in the midfield, which should have been Monkey Moon at this point, because Monkey Moon's the new extension. This is getting forced back to Seiko, basically. He should be turning in midfield here, pressuring clears off of the midfield, or staying apart it so he can intercept passes, like that, right? On the other side of it, Seiko here could just literally just turn left here, collect this, play this touch, just give it, like, give Rise the 50, and then Seiko steps out, intercepts here. And, like, look at, like, RW9 probably can get a save if he just shot that, but at least then we're forced the ball back to their side. It's just super sloppy. This is just really bad on BDS. Some of the sloppiest I've seen them play. Wow. Yeah. And then double diagonal kickoff with a Monkey Moon boost miss. If he got the boost, would he have had that? I can't believe he missed the boost here. That's crazy. He had that. Dude, that is... Oh my god, that is blowing my mind that a professional at this level missed that boost grab.